Hello, wonderful, amazing video game type people, and welcome to the next game in the All My Games series. I give you Thea, the Awakening. Alright, so, real quick on this game. It's actually a fantastic game, pretty unique. Pretty darn unique. Here, I'm showing you the world that we've got explored. There is a fog of war, I believe is what we call it. Anyways, this is a huge world, so I got no idea. I think that must be the edge of the map there. Yeah. Yeah, there you can kind of see where the gray and the dark. But anyways, you want to know about this game. So, Thea the Awakening, basically a turn-based strategy game that uses a card game combat system as an abstraction for what your characters do in the game. So, this gives you an idea. Basically, different stats that your characters have then act as different sort of base cards in the card game. So the card game itself is generally the same, but the stats that you use based on the abstraction that you're doing is going to be different, right? So a fight is the standard stuff, but then when you do diplomacy, for example, your attack instead of being damage will be speech, that kind of thing. As you can see here, there's 9 different challenge types. I believe fight, social, which one is that? Is it these top 3? No, it's fight and social. I think other than fight and diplomacy, you end up fighting abstract cards and not the actual monsters that you're fighting, but in these two you will be fighting based on the monsters. Anyways, that doesn't tell you anything. Let's get right into it. What makes this game special is that it takes a kind of Slavic folklore approach. So instead of the usual Norse or Greek myth, we're dealing with Slavic folklore here, which is really cool. You get to pick a god at the beginning of the game. I am Marina, who's supposed to be kind of like the intellectual goddess of wisdom, but also of rebirth, regeneration. I actually just finished, this is also mid-game, you'll notice. So I just finished doing my divine quest, which was kind of for your god, and what ended up happening is I got a Poludnica to join our team. And that's not her name. Poludnica is what she is. She's actually a demon, as you can see here, class demon. And it's kind of funny, because she's got enough strength that she can carry 1100 weight. And just as a little comparison, you can see my warriors, who are generally the toughest guys, have 850, 750, 650, and then you got, the weakest one, who'd be the medic, who's got 100. And this lovely looking floating lady is stronger than my warriors, which is kind of fun. But there you go. She is a demon. Her special thing seems to be that she just has naturally occurring leech. Normally, you would have to equip really nice weapons. The game has a really cool kind of curve to it. You upgrade weapons as you go. There's a lot to that. There's a really advanced crafting system, I would say. Well, I say advanced, but the point is, there's just a lot to the game. It's very complicated. It has a steep learning curve, but it is a really interesting and fun game once you get into it, and it feels good. It's one of those. You start to get a sense from the beginning to the end where you get really, really quite powerful. Obviously, things level up with you as well to some extent, so there's scaling that you kind of have to beat. There's also a day-night cycle. You can see here it is turn 124, but each turn is not one day. Right now, we're in the cycle somewhere. I'm not sure how many each day is, maybe 10 to 20, somewhere in there for a day. Yeah. We can see here we have 11 characters, movement 7. There's also, you got to manage your resources, so the kind of food that you're eating. You get more bonuses to your characters based on how many different types of food you have. You have to have fuel for burning, yada yada, lots and lots of stuff. Let's get right into it. Okay. You only ever get one village, by the way. So this is our village. We've got some good stuff. Now, what I'm actually doing right now is not only do we have this amazing Poludnica lady. Maybe we should name her. Can we name her? I bet you can. Poludnica. Yeah, we can totally name Poludnica. Nah. We should give her a name. That's what she is. She is a Poludnica. So, let's name her Stacy. Stacy the demon lady. Okay, love it. Stacy's mom. What? Okay. We're going to go into Astoria. And once we get here, we're going to start producing some really cool stuff. You can see here all the guys with little anvils. They're busy crafting right now. You need to craft in order to get research points. Research points allow you to unlock further things to craft. As you can see right now, we can only craft one-handed axes, two-handed axes, pikes, staves, clothes, cooked meals, gathering tools, craft tools. You start with these 4. So I've researched these 4. I've spent a lot more of my research points getting buildings. You only start with pasture, so I've actually researched all of these. And I've researched several resources that you can gather out on the map world. Right now it looks like nobody is gathering. We have 251 and 303 of these, which is why nobody's gathering. We've amassed quite the stockpile. So we're trying to make food, of course. Let's see what Lutoslav. Yeah, Lutoslav here should make a thing. I don't know if... Okay, so most of this game, for the record, is totally just this. Right now we're bringing back a ton of Enchanted Bone, because the Enchanted Bone is going to be fantastic. I'm trying to think, is there anything in particular that we might want to make? Well, a solid two-handed axe would make a lot of damage. The way this works is you have to do one of each row. The catalyst only matters for your chance to make the item slightly better than normal. These two will determine the main stats of the item. So let me give you a quick demonstration. There you go. Coal makes a good catalyst. So heavy monster chopper. Damage 22, dexterity 3. I think that's coming from the elven wood, the dexterity. So if we, for example, take that out and replace that with, say, granite. Boom. Just slightly more damage, because granite would just boost the main stat instead of adding its own random stat. Here it shows how many crafting points we need. It's going to be, I guess, yeah, the amount of items received upon completing. Right, because food makes 8 instead of just 1. How many research points you get for making it, and its weight. A lot of things you'll need to keep in mind. Anyways, yeah, still have no idea what we're going to be crafting, so let's contemplate making gathering tools or crafting tools. I like the idea of crafting tools. Can we, actually? Ooh, look at that. I'm not going to do that because that'd be crazy. The gold wood there is actually quite good. Yeah, that's not bad. 4 crafting. I wonder if we could use dark wood to also get 4 crafting. Yes, we can. So a lot of your game is going to be figuring out what to make to maximize. There's so many different combinations, obviously, for a lot of these, that even if you go on the wiki, I don't think they show all of them. They show a lot, but I don't think it's all of them. This is interesting. See, just to show you, ancient wood will get you 12 research points. Dark wood will get you 8, so slightly less research points, but that's okay. I don't actually like the dark wood as much. I'm trying to... Well, ancient wood is really good for certain weapons, so not to be wasted on craft tools. And I want to collect enough gold to eventually get a dwarf. Alright, so that'll pop up down here. You can see 192. We're going to go up here. Lutoslav. Throw him in. 14. You get 10 per skill. And then these guys, the helpers, will contribute half of it. So if you want to be the most efficient, obviously just have the one guy. Still, that's really just not... It's not worth being that meticulous, I don't think. Okay. Now we're going to hit end turn at this point. I think we're good to do that. These guys are rushing back to drop off some enchanted bones. Okay, up here you can see enemy spotted. So there was a witch that came to our village, and she exploded into a bunch of rats, and the rats ran off with our children. And if we go there and fight them, we'll get our kids back. I've already gotten... There were 2 other packs of rats, and I got those kids back. So they're happily just hanging out in Astoya. Yeah. But we're gonna head on right back to Astoya here. In we go.
You are set upon by a small group
and we have an encounter.
Dwarves. Their faces are scarred, as if they cut off their beards with their axes, which they probably did. Their clothes are worn, and their eyes hungry. Only their weapons remain in perfect condition, the last remnant of their bygone heritage. One steps up and spits before speaking. Money, or we'll kick your teeth in now.
So one thing, hopefully you got to hear some of that voice acting there. One thing that's interesting is that the voice acting is just the one guy, but he does a ridiculously good job of basically voicing all of the voices. He's basically live stream goals for me. It would be fantastic to get as good as he is at doing multiple voices. Anyways, the blue options are usually something that you've unlocked because maybe you have enough social in your party or what have you. This is a generalization of how difficult the fight will be. This tells us that it'll be a fight versus other things. So no, we're not going to lose all our equipment because that's ridiculous. We can totally take on a 3-skull challenge, or we could try talking with them. I'd be interested in talking to see what that is, just because it's the blue option.
The lead dwarf spits and grunts at you. Less talking, more doing, my hammy friends. I got little patience for talk.
So now we get to decide, do we kill them or do we convince them? You look weary and hungry. We'll share our food with you, but nothing more. Surely that's better than bloodshed. So I'm not sure which outcome is better. Usually I think you get better rewards for fighting. That's been the rumors that have been going around as long as this game's been out, I swear. And it's been out for a couple of years, probably, what, 2016, 2015? Who knows? Point is, let's do the social. 4 dwarf menace. This is what we have to fight. This tells us, this is just the same thing I showed over here earlier. So we're going to begin the combat. Boom! Here's what we got. So you can see all the cards. These are our characters. And instead of it being their actual armor value, right, their health is going to be, I think their will is their health. And, you know, their attack is their socializing ability, or the... my point is here that even though you're seeing, you know, the hit point shield, the sword for damage, and this for blocking, things like that, that's not what it represents. So because we're doing a social challenge, and you can see the background will actually change. That's why it has these hands shaking. If we come here, again, back to this. So right now we're in a diplomacy challenge. So these are the attributes that are being used to make those. It's a little bit complicated, but once you get that, the game makes sense. It's beautiful. Left row, right row. These guys get to attack in the first round. These guys will only get to attack in the second round if you put them into the combat using Get Closer. Once you've placed all the cards, then the combat will actually play out. So it's all about strategically placing your cards. They generally go left to right, but a card will randomly attack either to its left or to its right, which can sometimes mess things up for you. Now, I quite like... Nobody's going to die, by the way, in this. None of our guys would die, even if they lose all of this. It's just an abstraction, so nobody's actually going to get wounded or take damage. When you do an actual fight, that can happen, and then they might actually die, which is horrifying. So we're going to go ahead and put Vosieha down. She's our witch, and she's just got a tremendous amount of that, which is fantastic. If we put one more person down, let's go ahead and put Stacy down. I don't know why I'm doing it this way, but this is how we're going to do it. It really doesn't matter. We've got this one so far in the bag, as you can see. We can also see that their levels are 9, 8, and 8. So if we have a high counter tactic, you know, as we clearly do, counter tactic will just remove a card from the right side. This is the tactic deck with the little knight, and this is the offense deck with the sword. So we're going to go ahead and use counter tactic 10. Boom, level 8 Dwarf Bandit discarded. These are the discard piles. That's good for us because that means that, you know, in a more difficult fight, that would be one less card to have to deal with. Now then, we got quite a few first actions. That's our attraction, is what that flower represents. And because we have a very attractive team, they're able to... That's an advantage in socializing. And so they take advantage of being super attractive, and we can move the card to the front, which can be ridiculously useful. So let's take a look at what might be a good strategy here. Okay, well, because they're out of cards, we get to just play all 7 cards now. Otherwise, this tells you how many cards. But what we're going to do is we're going to support our ally. So let's go ahead and throw, you know, support ally 11. That boosts the attack there. That's 18 plus 4. This is basically poison damage, which means that it'll do double to an already wounded character. It'll do double of that value. But that's not important. The point is this is 22 damage, 11 health. So if we first action Vuk, boom, Dwarf Bandit is gone. Then that's going to leave Vosieha and Stacy with nobody here, right? With the Dwarf Bandit gone, Vosieha and Stacy are going to do 18 damage combined to this here Dwarf Bandit, and he'll be knocked out. The question marks here mean that he'll only get to attack in the second round, so we'll be safe. Then when it turns to the second round, these guys get to go again, meaning this Dwarf Bandit will also be out. So perfect. We can also just, of course, speed it along by putting these guys in. They'll get to attack after this guy doesn't attack, so that'll be fine. Might as well, just for fun. Here we go. Now you'll see it happen pretty quickly. So once again, I'll tell you what's gonna happen so that you can kind of see it. So Vuk will attack first because there's no one to his left. He's going to attack this Dwarf Bandit. He'll do a lot of damage. This card will be removed. Then the next person to move will be Vosieha because this card is no longer here. Vosieha is going to do 7 damage to the Dwarf Bandit. Then it'll go on to Stacy, who will do the rest of the damage to the Dwarf Bandit. After this card is removed, because this damage will not carry over to the next card, it'll skip this turn because of the question marks. And then it'll go to Maya, who will do 8 damage over here. And then it'll go to... That'll leave 1 hit point on the Dwarf Bandit. Then it'll go to Slavomir, who will finish off the Dwarf Bandit. Then the remaining 4 damage here that we see will be played onto the discard pile. After that, because these guys also don't get to move, it's going to switch back over to Vuk for the second round. And then Vuk will most likely, with this damage here, defeat this card. We will win the combat because all the cards are done. Now, maybe you're wondering, what's the point of attacking the discard piles? If in 2 rounds there's still cards left, we'll just replay the cards again in a whole second round. So everybody just gets their cards back in their hand, and we get to play them out again. All right, let's watch it. Second round, and Vuk should defeat that guy. Boom, you have won. There you go.
Your men stand firm, showing off their strength and confidence. The dwarf leader listens to you, then speaks.
Today you shall eat well and sit with us by the fire, so that all of us may see tomorrow.
The dwarves look relieved at their leader's words.
All right, that works out. So we have received 8 mithril, which is fantastic because mithril is one of the top tier resources and you can use it to craft really powerful items, which is basically what we're looking for, to just constantly keep upgrading our characters and our equipment. So this here is a blessing of speech, which is really fantastic. And that, wow, share some food. Actually, we changed our mind's attack. That's really funny. Oh, should we? I kind of want to. Hopefully we'll get even more from them. The blessing of speech is interesting because these blessings, basically that's how many turns it lasts. And whenever you get a blessing, it'll boost by 5. So that just means that if we were to do a speech again, everyone's attack will be 5 higher. I don't know if I want to share some food. I mean, that sounds nice, but... oh, let's just kill them. Let's just kill them. We could get even more loot. And one option unavailable because that's kind of how the game works, is you often see this because it's just based on what you have, what your skills are. Usually for a lot of them it's going to be your magic ability because characters don't start with magic generally. And it's hard to build that up, but if you do get magic, then you'll start to get all of the options available. Alright, do we share some food or do we kill them all? Ooh, I don't know. They'd probably be really tough to fight, but we also have some pretty tough fighters. Let's try it. Let's take their equipment. 4 dwarf bandits. Now we're actually fighting. So you'll see that the background, this was actually an ideal way to demonstrate this. The background is more aggressive looking. And there we go. Ooh, luckily we get to play 3 cards, which is lovely. And we could totally... oh, yeah, okay. So now that our... yeah, you can see here, our stats are different. So even though we had really high counter tactics in social, we do not have the same skills because this is now based on our perception, and it seems we have generally low perception across the board. Also, for the record, which cards go into the left side and which ones go into the right side is totally random, and sometimes that can screw you over, as is kind of the case as what happened here. Because I only have... let me see, I'm trying to figure out if I got any... yeah, I got this guy. He's my weakest warrior. So my 2 strongest warriors ended up on the right side, which is unfortunate because they will only get to attack on the second turn. That's too bad. This guy does have piercing damage. You can see, okay, so when I hover over the card, it'll pop up over on the right side, so just look over on the right side here. So you can see the spear, that's piercing damage. That'll actually position him ahead of the unit and do half of the damage as an attack. So that makes me think either playing Yanko or Maya would be good. The reason I want to play Maya out right now is because, 1, it'll do 14 damage to the Dwarf Bandit, position Maya in front of the Dwarf Bandit, and then when the actual rounds start, obviously Maya will then get to kill the Dwarf Bandit. So let's go ahead and play that. I think that should work. Boom. So there we did our 14 damage. And actually because of that 8 poison damage, and because he's wounded, he's under his 34, that'll actually do 16 damage. So this is a tremendous amount of damage onto the Dwarf Bandit. He's basically guaranteed dead unless these guys screw us over with some sneaky tactic, because they can also do all of these things, including first action, support ally, shield ally, counter tactic, and confuse. Yeah, this is pretty complicated, but I hope you're getting it. I'm going through it really quickly, but I'm trying to explain it, because once you get the card game, so if you want to like this game, you're going to want to watch some tutorials on the card game combat and really just understand it. Once you understand the card game combat, learn some of the tactics, some of the strategy, the game becomes tremendously fun. You know, and I will say this, I think this is easily one of the best card games I've ever played, I guess in terms of if you were thinking of the genre, you know, card game games. This one is fantastic because instead of just getting random attack cards and stupid things like that, you have characters, and your characters have... anyways, I love what these guys do. It's a fantastic card game. You're probably wondering, the hammer, what's up with the hammer here? Because you'll notice, if you're very observant, that standard attack is sword. We've got the pierce attack, which moves you in front instead of after. And this one, the hammer will carry over damage to 1 extra card, I believe. Yeah. After killing an opponent is then dealt to the second opponent. That's right. So that's fantastic. That just means that, you know, with this, if he were to play, he would then attack the second one. So... what do we want to do? Well, we don't want to place Karina unless we want to use her to further damage this Dwarf Bandit, but I generally think that it's better to play it like that. I'm not really sure. I wouldn't mind playing Stacy down. We probably want to put somebody with a lot of defense. Bogufal has 14 shielding, and shielding is really nice because they can kind of hit your shielding and it won't even damage their health at all. They won't get wounded as long as it's just their shielding going down. So we'll go ahead and play Stacy. She's alright. That's basically, that'll heal her. leech. It's basically blood leeching. Pretty standard. And we'll put down Bogufal. Yeah. Alright, let's see what happens next. Dwarves generally... oh, see, that was brutal. I did not expect that. I was just about to tell you, dwarves generally seem to have the hammer, the blunt damage, but this one had pierce damage. We actually are now wounded, sadly, for, took 2 damage there. Luckily, that's not a lot, and luckily we have Vuk, who's a medic, which means he'll heal. As long as your character doesn't take... there's a certain amount of damage that they have to take before they run the risk of dying, and I think that's generally half their total health. Something like that. So he should be okay, even though he's not particularly strong. But that was basically why I was putting down a heavily shielded character, because I was pretty much expecting, you got to be careful for things like that. Now, the other thing is these guys, even though they don't get to attack on the first turn, if they have Pierce, they will actually do damage. So you got to be careful with that. But that, I mean, obviously we can do that as well, so that makes them a little bit more useful in the first round. So, for example, Yanko, I could play and he'd do 15 or 16 damage to somebody. Obviously, I'm not going to play him now because, sadly, you'll notice he moved here. So, tragic. How are we going to deal with this? Because he has 43 health. We're not going to be able to do that. So, this puts us in a difficult and what I would say awkward situation. Because now we need to find a way to do enough damage or confuse him. We have confuse, but our confuse is not a high enough level because 5 and 3, that's not enough to confuse him. Okay, well, could we have one first action that we could use. Okay, so if we first action Bogafall, it would move him here. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah, we'll first action Bogafall, and then we'll play out Karina. Let's try that. Bogafall goes there. Yeah. Oh, hopefully this works. And now when I play Karina, because this is the last card again, Karina will move here instead of to the right. Karina would have moved to the right because it's always the last card that they pierce attack. So let's quickly do the math on that. 13 damage. Yeah, what would 13 damage be? So this is 43 altogether because you got to count the +1 there. 43 minus 13 would bring us down to 30. With 26 and 8, that would do the damage. Actually, Stacy would also finish off the Dwarf Bandit, so perfect. Boom. Okay, these two are now dead at this point, or they will be. And the nice thing is that, like I said last time, these guys won't attack us on the first round, so all of these cards will get to do their damage to this Dwarf Bandit, obviously, essentially killing him. Also, if we put down W Mist here, he'll also do damage to them after these cards have gone through, and he might, might be able to take them both out. Hopefully nothing crazy happens. Oh, what'd he do? Okay, he used, you can see, +15. He basically just used Shield Ally to bump the shielding there. What we're going to do now is use all our support allies. This is basically if you have a ranged weapon in combat, that'll turn into support ally. The reason that's fantastic, especially for somebody who has blunt damage, is because, remember, I told you, blunt damage will carry over. So in a, let's say, more difficult combat than this one, the blunt damage, you put out a card with a decent blunt damage, and then you just put all that support on. Just like this, right? Just support, support, support. Oh, yeah, look at that. So that's now 54 damage. And so what that would do is, I think in this case, it's going to end up killing the Dwarf Bandit and possibly carrying some over onto here. But you know what I mean. So let's say you got some really good ranged weapons. Let's say you got somebody with a pretty high blunt damage. You could get insane numbers on that. Let's say probably later on in the game with better equipment, better characters. Let's say 100 damage, right? So, maybe you're talking about 2 Dwarf Bandits. He gets to move. He'll take both of them out. One card, 2 strong enemies. That could be fantastic. Obviously, a lot of this is situational. Okay, let's see what happens here. Let's see if you can figure this out too. So work with me on this. He's got 12 and 5. That's 7 damage altogether onto here. Or, sorry, 17 damage onto here. That's not enough to kill him. It's going to go onto Maya. Maya's going to kill this Dwarf Bandit. And then that's it. The rest of the damage is wasted. Then we're going to go over here to Stacy, who's going to do 32 damage to this Dwarf Bandit, killing it. Then we're going to go over here for, how much is that? 4 and 4. 34 damage onto this guy, wounding him. And then W Mist is obviously going to finish off this Dwarf Bandit, do some damage over here. If W Mist's attack doesn't kill that Dwarf Bandit, then Sia Clavas probably will. I don't expect we'll make it to fight phase 2. Oh, that was neat. Stacy's attack because she's a demon. Wow, W Mist totally took him out.
You have defeated the Dwarven Bandits. You realize a few of them have somehow broken their weapons in a last act of dying, but perhaps some can be salvaged.
So this is actually absolutely fantastic because you remember we got, what, 8 Mithril up here? Yeah, 8 Mithril, and we just got another 10 Mithril. Now, I don't know what would have happened if we had shared our food, but this seemed just way better, way preferable. Again, just when you can take on dwarves, you're getting that mithril, which is super sweet. Let's right-click to see what this does. So these are the materials that are used in it, but also the stats matter. This is a two-handed. Leashy's Wrath is the type of weapon it is, based on this combo here. But the damage, 15, 7, and 3, I mean, that's okay, but this is a two-handed sword. Now, luckily, for some weird reason, I think warriors can wield a two-handed sword in one hand. That's the only thing that they can do. So none of the other two-handed weapons become one-handed except for the two-handed swords. I don't know. Warriors are just super jacked. So anyways, that's not bad then. Because, 7 shielding, 3 attractiveness will help us again in social. Alright, what's this one here? That's pretty pathetic. Monster Menace, 13 damage. We don't want that. So you click on it, and that'll destroy it, and we'll get some of these resources back. It's a good way to get resources. Wow, Dragon Slayer. Okay, so this looked kind of funny, puny, and weak, but this is actually fantastic. Just because the ruby... So the gemstone, when you see gemstones, those will just give random bonuses. And in this case, I'm not sure which one. Well, okay, it's a sword, so swords naturally have 8 and 8. I'm wondering if Dragon Bones would have had natural leech anyways, but it looks like the ruby just added to that, since that's the only extra special thing. So obviously we're not going to destroy that. We're going to keep that and give that to somebody, because that's a good weapon. Again, if you do the math on that, that's a one-handed sword doing 8 plus 7 damage too. That's 15 damage and 8 shielding. Pretty nice. Elven wood for leather, hole slinger, that's okay, 5 range, whatever. But I don't think everybody has range yet, so we'll keep that. Yeah, this sword's stupid. Get rid of that. Okay. All these other things are just resources. We'll leave. You get 6 experience points and 1 research point. This experience points, whenever that caps out, all your characters will level up. It's kind of an interesting system. These are your research points. Every time that goes up, you'll be able to pick something new here. Boom. So these are the construction. Now, I made a mistake. I did not want to do this. I misclicked. It was tragic. There was no way to get it back. Sad. But I kind of want to do the 2 and the 1 over here, though that is a lot of research points. Obviously, I've been kind of pushing for crafting lately. I'd like to get to some defensive items. Pikes are usually the first thing I go for. I think the piercing is really useful. I've never actually gone for food, even though that would be a fantastic idea because it would boost the variety. Still, I've managed to do okay. As you can see, I've got more than 10 varieties of food, which is really the goal that you're going for. I've been making these two-handed axes because I'd like to start doing tremendous amounts of damage, and that's where you get all your damage out of. Over here, this will get me light armor instead of clothes, and then I believe heavy plate armor, shield, and maybe medium armor. Yeah. Alright. Let's get into Astoya. Boom. Okay, we're in. And now... Okay, so we've got... This is Astoya. This is the Expedition. Expedition 1. We'll call this Rescue Heroes. I don't know why. Just for fun. Woo, we're I don't know why we did that. That's okay. So hold down Shift and just left click. That's going to transfer all of these resources. Oh my goodness. Look at that. 40 topaz. Fantastic. That was for our Divine Quest that you didn't see. Boom. Boom. Okay, 23 enchanted bones. This is going to be fantastic. The food we're going to hold on to. Interested in the Dragon Slayer and Leashy's Wrath. I think we'll keep these. We can click equipped here, and then that'll show us only the things that are not equipped. This is a yellow ladybug is a trinket that can be added to your range damage, so that would be pretty handy. Okay, let's go over to equipment. Switch it to Rescue Heroes. And Stacy totally needs equipment. I almost forgot about that. So let's add to her leech. She's already got 7 leech. Oh yeah, please. Boom. Now she's got 14 leech. This Stacy she's not going to go down. She's basically a super vampire at this point, is what it feels like. How much damage is that? 33 damage and 14 leech. Add that up, folks. Add that up. And she probably got some good shielding from that. So 14, 33. What is that? 37, 47. 47, that's all right. Let's give her some range damage. Let's give her, I guess, this shield in the absence of anything else. I don't think she can she? Yeah, no, she can't. So only human warriors can do that. That's interesting. Let me demonstrate what I've been talking about. So this we're not switching for this because this is a fantastic axe that I made earlier. 17 damage, 13 leech, 7 poison. As you can see, made of dragon bone and ancient wood. If we go over here, well, I don't really want to get rid of the blunt. That's about 12 blunt, but oh, that would be interesting. Well, yeah, see, it's one-handed for some reason. Isn't that just weird? Oh well. All right, who's my rangiest person? I think it's generally better to find whoever's got the highest in a skill. That's what I'm doing right now. Let's see, ranged. Goes down alphabetical, left to right, left to right, left to right. There we go. Boop. So now you can see. So now it's just showing that. So we're filtering. Probably our hunter is the best ranged attacker. That makes sense. Ooh, Jaromir is pretty good. Wow, our witch actually. I wonder why. Oh, because she's got a really badass thing. Okay. And we can put that on there. Boom! 14 range damage on the witch. Our witch is terrifying. I love it. Okay. Well, then we can probably pass these two things. Click over here. Just pass them over here. What do you have here? Oh, Alicia's hair. 14, 8, and 1. I don't know if we want that. Do we want that? I mean, it might be pretty handy on our lychee. On our lychee lady over here to be able to push her in front of somebody. It's ridiculously useful, but I don't know. I also like her having a ton of shielding. I don't want to lose her. I don't want to lose her. And of course, the other thing too is you want to keep these guys pretty well equipped because sometimes people will attack you. Here, that's no good. Could we? No, too much. See, this is the problem with these really light folks. Oh, you're killing me. You guys, get stronger. There we go. Just adds 8 poison and 1 stealth. I guess that'll be fine. What can we do? Oh, Dobroshulka. We don't have any equipment for her. Ha! Huh. Oh, she's quite tough, isn't she? Alright, well, let's start by giving her... Ah, bad quality. Sometimes we make bad quality items. That's sad. I guess we'll do that, but we're going to need to get her some equipment. Some proper armor. Sad, we didn't get any armor. Okay. That's okay. She doesn't need armor right away. Okay, now I want to see what we can make. So if we were to go into two-handed axes, let's see how crazy a two-handed axe using our fantastic materials would be. And of course, we'd want to use coal. Coal is just, it's a pretty cheap resource that you can't actually use for anything other than a catalyst, so you're not wasting anything. And oh my goodness, look at that. Wow. And it gives us 4 magic, so that's what I'm talking about. Once you get these enchanted bones, you can start actually boosting some magic in your party. And like I said, magic is really hard to get, so that's all right. 34 and 4. Magic is not. By the way, it's not going to do any damage. It's just going to boost our magic skill. So that's kind of cool. What happens if I were to do just double mithril? Okay, so mithril seems to give. Wow, that's crazy. Mithril seems to give a lot of perception, which was our. Wasn't perception one? Okay, hunting or intellect. Okay. So for something else there, but that's not bad. 37 damage. Still, it's not as crazy good as I'd hoped. Well, okay. Anyways, I kind of want to use the magic enchanted bones. I wonder if we tried to build. Let's take a. Oh, okay. I can't actually do it because you can only have up to 10 buildings, and I don't actually want to destroy any of my buildings right now. I kind of built a bunch of pastures and cabbage fields at the start, early on. Cabbage fields give you babies. They're found in cabbage fields, you know, Cabbage Patch Kids, all of that. And pastures give you food. So, meat, specifically. So, that's lovely. Not quite sure what to produce, but I'm thinking we're going to want to produce something. Oh, he's still working on those craft tools. I guess maybe we have a turn. Let's just take a look at what all the equivalent items are. Ooh, Dragon Bone would be fantastic, yeah. I think Dragon Bones are even better than Enchanted Bones. Let's just throw that in there. 19, 3, 2. It's not as good, but the difference being here, of course, this is one-handed. So for a one-handed item, that's pretty alright. Yeah, that's pretty sad when you do that. How much magic does that give? 3 magic. Okay, let's cancel that. Let's see what we could do with a magic pike. I do so love pikes. Right, and then throw your mithril up here. And then put the coal in there. That's okay. 17, 1, well... Perun's Thunderbolt. Perun is basically Zeus, so that's kind of cool. The Thunder God himself. Only 1 magic, though. That's pretty sad. Yeah, that's pretty sad. What if we did a stave? Alright. Okay, staves are a little bit different. Pretty sure the ruby is more valuable than the topaz, so we'll go ahead and throw that in there. Now for this... Oh, shoot, I guess we'll have to use wood. So this catalyst just changes this percentage here, which is the chance that the item will come out good quality, which will just give a random boost, I think. No, so that's pretty sad. The bonus to staffs, obviously, is they're meant for characters who have almost no almost no strength. As you can see, it's pretty light at 38, and so, 12 damage, 2 perception for a staff is fantastic. Just as comparison, if you look at some of the, more weaker staffs, this is kind of more normal, right, for staffs. Staves. Alright, nothing too crazy there. Can we make any interesting clothing? Our best thing is probably... Oh, yeah, spider silk. Spider silk is pretty fantastic. Yeah, no, nothing fantastic. You can't actually see when you put a gemstone in. You don't actually get to see the property that would pop up. It's just randomly rolled. Let's try it with this. Yeah, so boost it up to 5. That's not bad for clothing. 5 armor coming off of clothing is pretty fantastic. At any rate, there's actually nothing that I want to craft with that mithril just yet. I don't know. I don't know what's up with me. We better make some decisions about where we're going to go next. I'd like to do the Icy Princess Challenge. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but with the team that I have, I'm pretty sure we can take it. Rescue heroes. Right? Like, we've got these Blessings of Speech and Blessing of Attractiveness for 5 more turns. So if we can get there in 5 turns, yeah, just in case it's a social challenge, just in case it's a fight, I think we can win it. Maybe we'll head out here to grab the kids. Not sure what this is all about, but we should probably go there. Because right now our Cosmic Tree quest is these 2. Okay. Yeah. Is the sun setting? No, it's the day is starting. Okay, cool. So, let's quickly, before we end turn, I just want to check manage supplies. How are we doing for food? Right, this is the town, and I've just checked it off like this so they're not wasting our stuff, as you can see. Do we want to give these guys some more food? I think they'll be okay. They've got quite a bit of food there. All right, we'll end turn.
There has been an increase in vermin in your village over the last few days. You have dealt with the rodents, but your wise ones tell you they were not healthy. Just as they feared, your men begin to fall ill one by one.
So luckily,
soon the whole village is
luckily we have herbs and a medic, or enough medical skill. Not a medic specifically, but enough medical skill. So we'll click that.
has their hands full.
Makes it really easy. We do use up some of the herbs.
Sleep or
Boom.
eat until
Dobroshulka
every man,
and
woman,
Tatomir
child was tended
gain,
to.
as a
Their
result,
vigorous
extra
pain,
health,
sickness, pain.
which is actually fantastic. Plus 5 experience points. Boom! The day has started. One of the big boosts to a day, in addition to everything else, is that it'll make it easier for you to see. So there you go. Unless you have a different god, that the bonus of this one other god that you play is that you can see at night, because it's the god of night or whatever. I'm going to hit R really quickly to see what resources are available. I've got 1 movement, so normally you could use that to set up camp and harvest some resources based on your gathering stat. Nah, we don't need that though. I think we're doing pretty good. Ooh, you can see everybody leveled up. So this just lists everybody in Rescue Heroes and what they gained. I think it's... I'm not 100% sure if saying they leveled up is accurate. I think it's that they gain skills, and then their level is sort of a generalization of their total skill point. Like, I think level is based off of skill point value, but when this happens, I don't think they always level up. Anyways, this is fantastic. Slavomir, Dobiamus, these guys get +2 strength. Is so good. Okay, 1 extra leech on Stacy. That is horrifying. Love it. Let's take a look at Astoya. How have things changed? +2 strength on Tatomir. Fantastic. Really, I love me some strength. These other ones are okay. Dobroshulka with traps. Yeah, okay, whatever. Alright, this tells us that Ludoslav has nothing left to do because he finished building some stuff. Go back here, 41 out of 97. We're doing good. We got 3 of those. Wow, fantastic. This will tell us what we gathered. So our well gives us 3 resources every turn. Random resources. Wicker. That's okay. I'll take it. That's coming off the pasture, and we haven't been gathering otherwise, so nothing else is going to pop up there. We did make this, so let's actually equip it. Our crafting tools. So just go through, find somebody who... It would go up into this spot. So anyone who maybe needs it. Yeah, that's what I figured. So the reason we're doing this is because, you know what? That'll get her, I think, 7 crafting, which is pretty fantastic. Early on, it's not really worth it. You'll just be trying to give crafting tools to your crafters. But once you get going in the game and you've built a smithy, that'll give everybody a certain amount of crafting. So everybody gets 3 crafting to begin with. And then, so if they have no craft skill, they'll have 3 craft skill, as you can see here. And then by giving them that crafting tool, it actually makes them a pretty decent crafter, at least for making food. So basically, with some crafting tools in a smithy, everybody can cook, which is pretty cool. Yeah, because you do want to make food. I've got them set on infinite loops here. Duck in plum sauce, bigos, pulpetti. And again, that's just based on the combination of food that you make. So that's alright. We need to pick something for these guys to make, though. So, Alright. Something that'll hopefully give us... Like, well, I don't want to waste that. I want to use wood because we can get a ton of wood. 3 is not really that good. Iron. Oh, that's alright. Yep, I'm down with that. Wolfbane. So we're just going to make a ton of wolfbanes. That's what we're going to do. I'm not making this because I want to use it. I'm just making it because, you know, I'm like, yeah, perfect. Oh, that's silver. Oh, I see. Okay, we don't actually want to make that. I thought that was iron. That's why I got so excited. Yeah, iron's only giving us 4. I'm going to use monster bone. 7 is quite a bit, though. Huh. Huh. That is interesting. It's all kind of figuring out, okay, how do you want to do this? Still, 10 is pretty good, and that's not that bad. Monster menace. Do you want to do that? Use up our... You know what? Sure. Yeah, because we've got enchanted bone for better equipment. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll go down here. Put you on making the monster menace. Boom! You know what? Please. There you go. Make a little bit more. And actually, I don't think... Yeah, we don't need those guys making ducks and plum sauce and all that. We'll just start moving our top crafters over here. So that's alright. Yep. If we can just give one more... Boom! Plus 270, 1 per turn. I like that. I like what we managed to do here. Yeah, ducks and plum sauce. I don't think we need to keep making that. If you come over here, you look at that. Oh, yeah, look at that. Tons of duck and plum sauce. Let's see if we can switch that to a different food item. So we'll go to duck and plum sauce. We'll cancel it. Go to cooked meals. See if we can make something that we're not already making. We're running pretty low on herbs. Sad. Seaweed, no. Well, we do have fish. We could make a 3. You know, 3 of a food, which should work. Boom. Fish goulash. Done. We'll make 3 fish goulash. So that's going to be mate. Boop. There you go. 1, 2, 3. Nice. You can see down here. This is all the resources we're going to use. Triple check marks. We are good to go. Okay. Let's hit that beautiful end turn. Are they going to attack us? Oh, they're a single skull, so they'd super die. This is the other interesting thing. Don't even waste your time attacking these guys, because that's a movement. So, Icy Princess. Let's see what happens. Before we do it, I just want to check my equipment. I don't think there's anything else we can do. This should be good, though. Yeah, wow. Everything else is already equipped. We could move it around, try to optimize, but I think we'll be okay.
Follow the map given to you by the Princess Susanna. It seems at least the tower itself is no myth, as you stand before an endlessly tall structure made of pure ice that defies any laws of nature.
Perfect, we'll go in.
The tower stands ajar, and so you enter without any trouble. Inside you see a stairwell that seems to go on forever. As you step on it, you feel the chill of the ice going through your bodies. The walk is long and monotonous.
Where's Princess Elsa? Let's look for her.
Take a few steps forwards, and you see the princess sitting royally on an icy throne, her body frozen still, and only her eyes moving. You hear her voice in your heads, angry, changed, more malevolent and inhuman than before.
So you have come. Will you gloat at my defeat, or will you take part in my glory and claim great treasures for your people?
I want great treasures for my people. You're not exactly in a position to offer us stuff, are you?
This tower has always been a trap, waiting for me to arrive. He designed it so.
Only now you notice a large black swan sitting on a ledge up above the throne, frozen just as the princess. She continues.
But it was not a lie. You see the pearls I wear on my neck? They bring great power, but they also unlock a secret chamber, one filled with treasures.
Okay, how do we get to it? Well, let's say, and we're supposed to take your word for it?
In short, yes. You can either take a chance and show you're more than a scared peasant, or you can walk away safely like the cowards I thought you to be when we first met.
Ha! Let's take a chance. Alright, someone should have taught you about diplomacy, you royal pain in the ass. So what's your plan? How do we get our treasures?
You see a wraith, one of the royal guards, appear before you. No, please don't do it. It took us so long to get here. Finally she is trapped. Finally she can do no more evil. If you help her, her power will be unleashed once more.
What?
She is evil, whether from birth or by her parents' neglect or a curse. Who knows and who cares? She is what she is. But she is still of noble blood, and we have sworn to keep her safe. This was always the plan, to get her here. Only the darkness came and made it hard for us to find it. Just leave this place, please.
Oh, man. Okay, so Yeah, I think we met her earlier, and she's basically just really spoiled and awful, and apparently she's pretty much evil. And yeah, now we have to make decisions. So let's say for pity's sake, we're not just gonna go. I want something. Oh, for pity's sake, do you have anything to offer if we do as you ask?
No, she speaks true. Only she can access any treasures that this tower may hold. But beware, whatever you get from this dark place, it will likely carry consequences. Just leave.
Oh man, I don't want to leave. Right, thanks. So she can give us treasures. Good, but here's the worry, man. If we, it'll have consequences. I don't want to curse. It sounds like we're gonna get a curse, but if we do get a curse, we could go down, pardon me, to some guys, some old dwarves, the Diadi, if you were wondering what that DZ word near Ostoya is. That's a group of dwarves who, in exchange for a bunch of food, will clear our curses. So maybe we should do it. Good. Give us treasures.
Yes, clever peasants. Strike down the Black Swan's head and burn it in a fire. This will release me. I will then open the vault for you.
Okay. Well, sorry, she has power and she's willing to share, and if she lies, we can just kill her. It's worth the risk. Cut down the swan and burn its head.
You strike down the swan's head and burn it in a fire, and as the flames devour its black feathers, you hear the screams of a boy. The ice around the princess melts, and she is released.
Well done, my underlings, well done. I see my body remains as it was, but no matter. I am free from the bonds of this cursed swan. As promised, I give you your reward. It awaits at the bottom of the tower. And before you start your annoying questions, I have to be sure you will not attack me after you get your reward. Thus it will appear to you only once you leave me be. Leave me. I have some guards to take care of now.
Off we
You
go.
leave the tower behind you, and you see a thick mist devour it in its white milky veil. You walk a few steps more and find a large chest
Oh,
on the ground
no.
before you. The chest contains many treasures, as well as an old grimoire of a witch with much useful knowledge inside. As you walk off, the screams of the boy ring in your ears, and you all find a black feather in your coats.
A black feather in our coats. What does that mean? What does this mean? Oh my gosh, I'm nervous. But okay, aside from that, we got a nifty little guard bracelet, and look at that. People gain some experience. We got extra gathering, extra folklore, extra animal kinship, and Yanko gained some herbalism and medic knowledge. Pretty cool. Hopefully there's no serious consequences. Though there probably will be. Shoot. Alright, do we want to go rescue our children next? Or go up here, kill some people? Yeah, let's go up to the cosmic tree. We'll rescue the rats. Or not the rats, the children. We'll rescue the rats. We'll get the children back later. Alright, that's grayed out because we haven't researched it yet. Well, that's okay. We'll just walk up here, I guess. Yeah, what do you got for me? Small hive? Yeah, oh, okay, we'll keep going. Boom! Alright, what's up here? Yeah, there's something a little bit more difficult, but still, I think we should be fine. We should be fine. I wouldn't worry, folks. Oh, what's this down here? The heck is that? Icy Princess and Forlorn Wraiths? Ooh. Ooh, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Are they gonna kill my village and destroy my game? Is that gonna end my game? Oh no, you guys might watch the end of my game here. Darn it, we were doing so well. That's okay. Oh gosh. Okay, as long as they don't walk into Ostoya, we should be fine, but I don't want to deal with whatever that is. Oh my gosh, should we be running back to Ostoya to deal with that? If these guys give me some time. Icy Princess and 9 Forlorn Wraiths. That sounds horrifying. And it's not actually telling us... Okay, maybe that means they're not going to attack us, because it's just a question mark, so that's a quest. Okay. That is fine. Oh, gosh. Oh, that's going to be a curse or something. We should just ignore it for the rest of the game. Okay. Whatever. Up we go. I hate that we're doing that, but whatever. We'll just auto-calc it. So sneaking, sneak challenge, boom, whatever. I don't want those things. Just break them down. Take their stuff. Yeah, this is just... What? What just happened? There's more? Alright, hunt the spiders. Oh, yeah, it was different this time. Ooh, look at that. We got some bread. Good. Oops, my bad. Take the loot and continue. Okay, now we can move up. Oh, my gosh. This is abysmal. Part of me wants to just abandon these people. Not abandon these people. I mean, like the spider's nest. We should just go to the cosmic tree. Forget the spider's nest. Well. Oh, okay, well. Yeah, let's get the spider's nest then. We'll hunt it down. Auto resolve. Boom, boom. What do you got for me? Just a will. You know what? Break it down. I prefer the amber. +3, +2. That's okay. The +2s are starting to add up. So, now here we've got an interesting choice. We could actually just... So, right, you can see we can move here, or we can set up camp and gather some wicker. So I'm almost down for. I don't know. Not that we really need it, but I don't mind wicker, man. We don't have a lot of wicker. Let's do it just so I can show you. So we set up camp, and this time we're using our gathering skill. Basically, it's the same as with crafting. Oops, I wanted you guys over here. Will we even be able to get a single wicker? We will not. Oh, that is abysmal. Look at that. I don't want to stay here for more than one turn, so forget the wicker. Everybody forget the wicker. We're just going to get as much bird as we can. So that looks like that'll give us, what is that, 130? And we don't need any more wood. We've already got 20. That's more than enough because you only use wood when you set up camp. And otherwise it's weight that you're carrying. But this will give us 20 bird meat. I am A-okay with that. Back to home base, though. How are we doing for production? Monster Man. Oh, y'all are still... Oh, yeah, you've just been pumping those out. That's fine. Yep. 69. This should go up to what?
The icy princess you once encountered crosses your path again, but this time she doesn't even bother talking. All you hear is,
Attack the peasants. Bring me their heads.
Ooh, that makes me nervous. This makes me really nervous. Oh, gosh. I don't know if we'll be strong enough for this. Ooh. Yeah, we're in trouble, folks. This is going to really hurt. Alright, throw down Seru. Good, that'll take out that Forlorn Wraith. Oh, gosh. Oh, we do have one good Confuse. That's alright. Nothing that... the counter tactic might even work, because the Forlorn Wraith is only at 3. The Icy Princess is going to be a nightmare, though. Okay, bit nervous, bit nervous. Let's throw down... I guess... Flip? I don't know, man. We've got 2 first actions that we'll be able to use, or we can throw them in as well for extra damage. Oh, okay. Let's throw down Bullet Chai. Okay, okay. Oh, the Icy Princess is super weak. Oh, that's interesting. Even though she's level 12, she's not particularly strong. Okay. Well, let's think about how we're going to handle this. Will the 23 and 3 work? No, it will not work. Sad. Okay. Yeah, we could actually take out the Icy Princess for sure. Oh, yeah, for sure. And if we... Yeah, so Seru would be able to take out this Forlorn Wraith if we can take out the Icy Princess. And then first action somebody who will do at least 16 damage. Ooh. Alright, Zamir would do it, hey? Yeah, that looks right. That should be about... What is that? 9. That should do 9 damage. So Zamir would take him out. And then we should be able to first action Zamir with... Well, I guess this one here. Okay. Bye-bye Icy Princess. And... Ooh, do we first action him now? Yeah, let's first action him now just in case for some reason there's a Pierce attack. Nice. Okay, Zamir will take him out, and then he'll take that one out. Next. Oh, no! Oh, that's morbid. That was a confuse. So much for that. That's brutal. You know what? We can also confuse, so... Sucks to be you guys, I guess. Ugh. This is going to get pretty morbid. I wonder how we can do this, then. Ah! They screwed over my plan. Okay, suppose we first action him. Bullet Chai. First action Bullet Chai. I do like where he is, actually. Does he... Well, no, because he's got a chunk of that, but not enough. Would any of these do it? No, none of these guys would do it. He'd be the only one who would actually still take out the Forlorn Wraith. I'm thinking nobody else is going to be able to confuse. Right, they shouldn't be, because he used Confuse, and it did 4, so that must have been a Confuse of 4, and that's why it skipped the 5 and 7th level, folks. It looks like we can probably counter offense, which would actually be fantastic if it worked. Please work. Oh, no! It didn't work. That means these guys must be level 4. Oh, my gosh. That is so frustrating. That's going to really hurt us. That's going to really hurt us. Okay, well. Tell you what, then. First action him. Oh no! What jerks. What absolute jerks. Well, no, will it still work? Hold on, hold on. What's 21 plus 8? 29. Oh, I have to support ally in order to be able to take this one out. But I don't know. I mean, we kind of have to. Yeah. Shoot. Okay. Let's try. Or do I put this one down because that get closer is pretty. Well, no. Let's support. All right. That should take out the Forlorn Wraith, and now we just have to hope that he doesn't support again. Okay. So that's still gonna hurt though. If that goes to the left, that's gonna really hurt. Oh man. It's gonna hurt us either way. Shoot. We just have to hope that these guys can survive. Yeah, if that goes to the left, Seru's in trouble. Alright, so here's what's happening. This is a pretty rough fight. Let's watch it. Oh no! One of our guys got totally taken out. How did that happen? I didn't realize it did that much damage. Oh, we're going to lose one of our villagers. No! We might even lose 2 of them because Mate is pretty beaten up. That is super frustrating. Wow. Anybody have a good counter tactic? Nah, forget it. Yeah, I used the confuse. That's fine. Doesn't even matter. Man, that sucks. So Zamir will kill this guy, and then the rest of them will take out the Forlorn Wraith. Oh no! Can I get to see death? Right, so Seru has taken 10 wounds, and the little blood drop here means that he might die. There's going to be a chance, and that chance is going to be diminished based on our having herbs and medic skill available. So I'm really hoping we have some medic skill. That was brutal. You have won the challenge. Yeah, no kidding. Wow, that was not worth it at all.
The whole land is shaken with tremors. Groans and thudding footsteps are heard throughout. The tremors and wild groans eventually stop, but they leave you with a sense of dread.
Right, so basically giants are now coming, which is also sad. Oof. Okay, let's take a look at Astoya. There's Cheru. And what's our highest medic skill? Here's me really hoping that... We must have some medic skill, though, because... we also had that other one, right? Where... Oh, no, what am I doing? Yeah, filters. Show me medic. There's medic. Apply that filter. Oh, 1 medic. Oh my goodness, we have 1 medic. That's not enough. Oh, shoot. I think Cheru has like a 30% chance of dying, a little bit reduced by the 1 medic. That is absolutely brutal. And that's a real thing, eh? We took both of our... Oh, we didn't leave a medic back home. We're such idiots. Should have left a medic back home. Okay, note to self, if you have 2 medics, maybe leave one of them back home. Alright. Well, whatever. Off to the cosmic tree we go. First, let's hunt these guys. Yep, auto-resolve. Boom. A little bit better? No, not really. That's pretty pathetic. I know, I could have kept it for the, for my vampire lady. That's okay.
You arrive at a tall stone-built... You walk into the lower
Alright, we're just gonna get through this.
Ah, the Elven Scroll. Have you found the Guardian yet? He went to that grove. Right. And no doubt he spun you an eloquent tale of the menace that humanity... Well, the Elven... Right. I am an old man, too.
Yes, you should be able to just pause it and read it if you're interested in the story here.
Keeping us from truly evolving, from reaching our own potential. We can finally be free from superstition, from dark magic, from monsters. Yes, we did. That is because something went wrong, you see. The tree lingers on. Magic is growing again. Aha, I knew it. I knew something must have stopped our plans. Perhaps a failsafe, or someone interfered. No matter,
to kill magic and destroy the tree for good. I am not interested in killing magic and destroying the tree for good.
You will do what you will do, but I trust... Details. Whatever you do, you find yourselves...
Alright, we're done. Nice. Well, since we're still out here in the wild... Oh man, I'm really hoping that... Who is it that's gonna die? I don't want Sarah to die. He's pretty good. Shoot, man. Nah, that's stupid. Oh, he's one of my better craftsmen. Look at him. He's got 13 crafting. Please don't die.
You realize a group of attackers is approaching your village.
Oh my
The group of
gosh.
crazed scavengers attacks your village. They run a
Well, hopefully that means that Teru didn't die. There you go. He's got... Well, hopefully he doesn't die in this combat. Things are getting rough, man. We need better guards back home. That's why I made double shotgun in the first place. Luckily, these guys are just scavengers. You could split your party up if you really want. And, you know, that'll do its own little thing. If you split the party up, then basically what'll happen is that I don't think will get away with stuff. Whereas right now they totally will. They're going to steal some of our stuff. There we go. Oh, I don't want to do that. Okay, well then let's put him up. Boom! Bolachai. That way if there's a pierce, it'll go here and not on Teru. Okay, nice. No pierce. Perfect. Perfect. Put you out there. So far, this looks pretty straightforward. Yeah, so sadly we're going to lose some of our resources. Maybe I should have done the other thing. Because I don't want to lose a lot of mithril or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? That always kind of pisses me off. We'll just throw all that shielding on there. Ludislav. Another way to do this is to actually just let them play all their cards first, and then put one character with highest shielding down, use all your tactics to boost the shielding, and then put the other active characters behind it.
But since they were scattered, you've
Okay.
still lost some resources.
We didn't lose any mithril, so that's good. There you go. We lost 5 gold, though. Sad. I don't really care about the food, but the 5 gold hurts. Yeah, I don't think any of these are going to be any good, so... Yeah, better to just get the resources from them. Boom! Oh, come on. I wanted that heart to go away. No more chance of dying, please. Please, Teru. Don't die on me, my man. Alright, well. After we find out whether Teru dies or not, then I will end the video. But up until that time... Let's go take out these small rats. Ooh.
Stash, and it looks like whatever is inside,
Oh, I love these ones. So this event,
something approaching fast. Perhaps a guardian of the stash.
this is a bunch.
Time to run, but maybe the creature hides. You stand
Yeah, this is a boar fight.
face the approaching enemy. The air seems
Oh.
to get thicker. The ground feels shaky, and a sudden raising of the fog makes it hard
Oh.
to see who your assailant is.
Is this gonna be boars? Yeah, it is. It's 4 wild boars. Perfect. Boom. It might also be something else, because they definitely make it sound like it can totally be something else. But I am pleased as punch, because the 4 wild boars are pretty shockingly easy. Yeah, there you go. Their only real thing that they, you know, play at really, is that they have boars do bashing or whatever damage. Blunt damage, yeah. Ooh, that one was used to add shielding over here. Well, too bad it's not going to help you. I think that's good enough, hey? That'll kill this one, that'll kill this one, and that'll kill that one. Perfect. We'll just end turn. Instead of playing out the rest of the cards. Boom! You can see that was the blunt damage carrying over. We have one, so that was super easy at this point.
These were simply some boars defending their turf, or searching for prey. Still, you search their remains, hoping
Yeah, so
to
the reason I like this is not only because of the wicker and the fur leather, but because you can actually get enchanted bones from this for some reason. These boars, man, and their enchanted bones. Freaking love it. Alright. Let's get the rat lair. Get hunting. Auto-resolve it. 7-5. Now, the reason I'm auto-resolving it is because it's a 2-skull challenge. Obviously, we're good enough to do that at this point. This is what it gets like, I think, as you get further into the game. Ooh, I'm pretty excited about that. These will be pretty challenging, though.
You see the skies darken and the air getting heavy. The wind picks up and thunder strikes. Strangely, this seems to happen only around you.
Ah.
As you see clear, you realize very quickly that you must have stumbled upon a territory claimed by the wind demons.
The Vili.
Known for their territorial instincts, the Vili do not like intruders and rarely take time to discuss the matter. Indeed, you now see several winged creatures circling.
We have entered your land, but we will not be bullied. Stand aside and let us pass or risk losing your pack. Yeah, I think the giant crows we don't have to worry about, but the Vili we will. Let's see if we can do this. We're pretty jacked at the social stuff, and as you can see, all of our attack is quite high because we've got that blessing to speech. Anyways, I'm not quite sure what this will do, but let's go ahead and put her down for a nice solid early attack there. That's 18 and 7. That's pretty high for social. Something like this, Vocieja is good just because she's not gonna, you know, like, whatever piercing they put out shouldn't overly harm her. We got some pretty good counter tactics, but I don't like the idea of wasting them on the crows. Yeah, so that's what they're gonna do. Absolutely, yeah. See, they put the crow out there. It'll soak up Jaromira's damage, and then Vocieja's damage isn't gonna be enough to take out the Vili. So brutal. Ah. But luckily they don't seem to do too much damage either, so that shouldn't be a big deal. Let's go ahead and throw down Bogafall. And somebody who can actually soak that 6 there. Yeah, I guess Slavomir could, and then he'll get to attack, so that's okay. Always they're going to keep doing that. That's okay. That is A-okay. As long as we can keep soaking the damage. Now here in this case, if... Well, no, because the Vili will either attack Bogafall or Vocieja, and then this one will either attack Slavomir or somebody else. So if we can keep going, something like that, that should work, yeah. Oh, and then we have to put Yanko down? Well, okay, do it. Now they'll start using their... Yep. That was brutal. Figured as much. Can we first action one of these guys? I think we might be able to. We're pretty attractive. Yeah, okay. Let's go ahead and use your... Oh, that's support, not first action. Okay, so we got 1 first action. Well, that's okay then. Go ahead. Throw that first action down. And turn. I'd be okay with shielding. Oh, what? They want me to play first? Okay, well, if that's the game you're playing at, we're going to counter your tactics, friend. Yes, sir. Boom! Bet you didn't see that coming. They didn't play the Vili. What? Okay, can we counter again? Oh, they were just 2 giant crows, so they didn't bother playing them. Okay. And then here what we could do is we could throw support or shield. Not a lot of shield coming out of there. Not really first action. Confuse. Oh, I like that. That's fantastic. Oh, she's got 10 magic? That's insane. I did not realize she had such high magic. Wow. If we just had a second character with a decent chunk of magic, we'd actually start getting magic options. You need to have 2 characters at a certain amount to be able to unlock the challenge. So like something like at least 2 characters with, you know, 5 magic or something is, I think, what I read on the wiki. Let's throw down that support and see what happens. So, take out the crow. Yep, take out the Vili. Nice. Nice. Boom! And then second round we'll take out the discard pile. Nice. That was so good.
The wind calms down and the skies brighten once more. The Vili remain in the air watching you, but they do not attack.
Whew.
You are free to continue your journey.
Bless of speech and will. That's fantastic. Will is the defense. And oh, Vocieja gained +3 speech and +2 will. Nice. Thanks, Vocieja. Or thanks, Vili. Okay. Whew. Let's see this chest. Search. Oh, it's a level 1. That's stupid. We didn't even have to fight anybody. Can we go there? No? Okay. Whoop. What have I done? If we can't go there, then maybe we can... we could get mushrooms if we wanted, but I don't really want mushrooms. So let's move up 1 just to get a little bit more. Yeah, okay. So we can go left or right. You can kind of see the buildings too, which is nice. I love that. Fog of War where you can see the buildings. Fantastic. All right. Whew, almost done. Let's see what happens if I turn. Oh, yes. Spoiler alert, folks. Guess who didn't die? That is right. And everybody leveled up. Karina gained +2 magic, which is really unusual. That's very rare. They have certain % chances to gain certain skills based on what they are. So that's kind of cool. We've almost got our next research point, so that's also good. We're doing really well, basically. And that Icy Princess was not as horrifying as I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to wipe out my village, honestly. So there you go. Thanks so much for watching, folks. This has been Thea the Awakening, and what you've seen here is a little bit of, you know, let's say mid-game. Okay, mid to late game. I'm going to say mid to late game. Yeah, is that fair? Probably. Oh my goodness, there's a 4-skull bat's nest literally right next to my village. That is not okay. And it's horrifying. And that's going to wipe out Astoya. So, whew. But as you can see, yeah, the difficulty's ramping up really quickly. I'm actually not sure if I'm keeping up. What I really need to do, because I'm probably going to lose the game sooner or later, just based on how the difficulty's ramping up at this point, is quickly finish the Cosmic Tree quest. Because, let me show you this current score. Boom. Okay, so this is the magic of it. You want to quickly do these if you can, Because when you lose the game, or when you end the game or whatever, what's going to happen is that these knowledge points are going to level up your god. Okay? So, let me see if I can... well, I actually can't show you that right now. Sadly, because to start a new game would erase this file. It's kind of a roguelike experience in that way, sadly. But what ends up happening is that you pick a god, and your god's bonuses, as you can see... oh, there you go. I can show you this. Your god progress. So, I have Marina unlocked to level 2. And then what this is going to do is go, one level and one level. We're going to get these 2 levels unlocked. And if I can just get enough, I'll unlock Marina all the way to level 5. And that means the next time I play with Marina, I will have advanced education bonus as well. And these 2 bonuses. And these 2 tend to be pretty good. These 2 tend to be the stronger bonuses. So that's always fun. It adds a sort of, even though you lose, you play again, your game changes a little bit. And obviously the goal is to kind of unlock all the gods maximally. That would be, I guess what you could say, a fully completed game. Okay, thanks so much for watching, folks, and I will see you next time on All My Games. Bye!